Yo, hey, what's up guys? In today's video we're gonna check out the taunt loop with Painkeeper and Shayak, but this time we are gonna actually try to do some good damage, and on the end it's totally up to you guys what kind of creativity you bring, what kind of a roster you have, which kind of stage you're gonna tackle and stuff. That's up to you. I think the taunt loop is kind of really easy and you can build a couple of stuff around it, and also it would be highly appreciated if you guys press the like button so I can actually see if you guys, like my stuff, what I do. That's the only kind of thing I can see that is really you guys enjoying it. Of course, let me know in the comments if you enjoy what I do. If you have like any questions or so, just go ahead and let me know in the comments. That would be totally okay. And yeah, let's talk about the team. We're gonna tackle Brutal. I tried on Nightmare, couldn't kind of save my team from dying at some point, so I went on Brutal, but we are trying to do insane damage. That's kind of our goal, and I know the team is not up for everybody, but that's kind of the point. You can build around those people really easy. What I think is the base is always Shyek, Painkeeper and Shamael. I think Shamael is kind of the best, but also keep in mind you couldn't put a Duchess in here, and if you have a Chrisk together and maybe one more buff extender or something, that is super. You can do it easily, no problem. But also, taunt loops are not the best teams in the world. They always have like restrictions because you bring like taunt, you bring a Painkeeper in there to make the taunt loop better and stuff. So kind of you have to make some sacrifices on the end. Maybe you don't want to bring on the end a provoke. It's up to you. The damage will probably get lower on the end, but it's still easier to do than usual because you never get eaten. You have the full control. Maybe you bring a reviver in here and it doesn't matter if you die and stuff. So that is super easy. We will jump into the run. I'm not gonna talk too much about it. This time I have the presets and everything, no problem. So I will show you the presets and the stats afterwards. That is a must do, I know, and the last video I did I couldn't show it, but I felt really sorry about it. But yeah, I just tried to get the message across, you know. Yeah, and yeah, let's talk about the team a little bit. I have Chrisk in there. Probably not everybody has him, but he's giving us the provoke and also the kind of protection what we need. He's a mischief tank, not the only one in this one. He will never be the mischief tank forever because he will lose by himself. The continuous heal, it is more likely that we will increase his continuous heal placed by himself more often because of Painkeeper resetting him, but it is not 100% on the end, so I wouldn't kind of bet that he will be the mischief tank. The mischief tank will also be your Shayak, and he's really good at it, and I will talk about him in a second. Astrid, yeah. Increase speed, decrease speed, that's what we always want. It makes your life really easy if you have those two buffs and debuffs out there. Way more chances to get your stuff out and stuff. She brings the weaken. We do not have a decreased defense in our team right now, but my Razorvark has the 6-star blessing, crushing rend, so decreased defense isn't the most effective way. We do have a passive decreased defense, like when Chrisk gets attacked now. When anybody gets attacked, Chrisk put out the decreased defense out there. That is cool. But it's obviously not going to happen when they are decapitated, so the damage will just not rise over there. But like I said, my Rabbit has like a ton of crushing rend, so that is no problem. Rabbit is in there, of course, yeah. Increased speed he gives us already, so probably like Astrid could be someone else that just does decreased speed for you. But she also brings the increased attack, so that's kind of super important for a team that has attack-based champions in there. And we do have attack-based champions in here, so kind of, yeah, you kind of know what I'm trying to say. You have freedom in here to change around stuff, and on the end your damage won't maybe be as high as mine right now, but also a couple 100 million or something. That is super cool for some people. Let's talk about Shamael first. I think he's like a must-have because of the blue head and stuff, but yeah, you can build around Duchess or Tattooer or something to have perfect veil. Wreck the draft if you really want to, but I don't recommend it. But yeah, Shama is just the best to keep the control. Rabbit gets more turn meter and also gets more heals because of turn meter of Astrid. Her passive gives you healing when you turn meter boost, and that's basically also giving you a heal for free on your leader spot. So I think it's a really good combination right there. And now let's talk about Painkeeper and Shayak. I said you need to have double speed on your Painkeeper than on your Shayak. And that's true. Now hear me out. There are... I don't know exactly the numbers right now, to be honest. But since Painkeeper is using A1 and turn meter boosting himself, the speeds could be a little bit higher on Shayak. That's what I have right now. But I don't know exactly the numbers right now. So if you want to go like for real, double speed on Painkeeper and then Shayak, and you should be okay. And yeah, but I went a little bit more speedy. But Painkeeper has a reflex set on my side, so he can use his... He's just using A1 and he will use his reset skill only, so he can reset that by reflex set. I would really like to have a also merciless. Can't make it work, but I don't have the gear right now. But if I had it, I would put reflex and merciless combination on him. So you get just more resets on your other champions and they do more main skills and everything is just more likely to happen. You know how it is. And Shayak is there to get the taunt loop out there. Just a quick thing why a taunt loop is a taunt loop. I say it all the time, but every time there are people in the comments why you're not getting eaten, I'm telling you, you're not getting eaten because the green debuff or buff, what you see on my rabbit right now, the leader spot, he's about to get eaten. But if another champion has the buff taunt on them, they cannot attack Razelbark. That's why they cannot eat him. And they can only eat him, so they want to try attack Shayak in that case, and they cannot eat him. So that's basically how you play around the mechanics really easy to never get eaten, and it's a really nice one. And also I try to make like the reason behind him, I want him to be a little bit faster. To be honest, my Shayak, I probably would go a 350 speed Painkeeper to make my Shayak faster in total, because then he can get out his block buffs. They are really sometimes important that you get them out, because we don't have a reviver. And if the red hat get increased attack, reflect damage and stuff, that's not the greatest. But I also saw the hat that does the ally protection and stuff. He also does reflect damage. He is so slow that probably your Shayak will always put the block buffs on him. But I couldn't make it to work that I get every time when the red hat is gonna respawn, that Shayak takes 2 turns on the end, that the block buffs will always be out there. So on the end, if you can go a little bit higher on your speed, so that would be totally appreciated for yourself, so you can just get your stuff way more often out. But that's kind of the end game part. Like if you're really good and have really good stuff, you can do something like that. But I also think you probably have better champions or something in your roster that can do another good team. But I want to show you that a team like that can be really nice. And yeah, I think we should... Yeah, didn't I say something about the champions, what they do? Like, yeah, Rabbit bring Leech, that's our heal from. Painkeeper's not gonna do the heal because we don't need it. Block buffs from Shyek, Shamael doing the damage, controlling the blue hat. Astrid increase attack, weaken really nicely, and decrease speed. Technically we don't need increased speed, but she also provides it, so that's nice. And yeah, Chrisk is basically there just to ally protect us and do all the good things to just make us survive. Bring in the provoke. He's in the hex set, so we get the hex out there. And yeah, I think that's all about the team. We're gonna jump now in a video what I recorded, and I show you what kind of happened when that run goes all the way to the end. And yeah, keep in mind it's full auto. Alright, 120 turns into the run. Really nice, we never got eaten, my rabbit still got the green thingy, but keep in mind, that will happen in this video too. At some point the mischief head was stealing the taunt of our Shayak, and that's why somebody got eaten. In that case it was the rabbit, but it just turned out that you can just easily free him up again, because it will be the first time that your champions get eaten, and you have a long time to actually free him out. So if you have other champions like Shamael, my Astrid has damage gear right now, so at some point you will free them up, especially if you have like Hex and all that out. It is way easier, but sometimes yeah, you can get RNG still when they're like Poison Cloud and stuff on the Eden champion. It is a case, but most of the time you should be totally fine. And if you're lucky, just yeah, your taunt will never get stolen. And we are on 260 million. That is super nice. We're gonna skip ahead a little bit from now on, and maybe we can see the situation where my rabbit got eaten. And like I said, I made my Shayak a little bit faster, so he can do stuff like his block buffs more often. But also I did not know if the taunt loop will be stable 100%. Maybe I should make him a little bit slower, but I technically want him faster. So I would personally make my Painkeeper even faster than he is right now. I would try to, but yeah, it is maybe not gonna happen. But if you get eaten once, what I'm trying to say, that is not the worst case in the world. It is okay. It's just the beginning, so free him up and go ahead and do your stuff again. So let's skip a little bit more forward. We are almost on 400 million. Keep in mind, that's brutal mode. It is a multiplier by 3 on the end. It is, to be honest, really nice. And we're gonna skip a little bit more. Let's do more. Yeah, and somewhere right there, the rabbit got eaten. Yeah, whatever. We're gonna skip a little bit forward. 450. How far can we go? Alright, let's go 500, guys. 500 million. Of course, champions are really good, but that's the point of the video. I want to show you that good champions can perform really good if they have a Shyek Painkeeper combo in there. And yes, 500. Let's go. Awesome. Let's give you the end screen. Where's the end screen? And also, yeah, we lost our rabbit right there on the end. It got, yeah, reflect damage got up. That's why I want my Shayak a little bit faster, you know. And yeah, he died, so it is how it is. But the run is still amazingly good. So, and yeah, 540 million. It could be a little bit higher on the end. My Razorwag died, but yeah, this is how it is. He did 311 million, just saying. He is totally worth it to invest in, and yeah, he is nice. And also, yeah, the other ones like Shayak does a little bit. I was assuming he did a little bit more because his passive also gets hexed sometimes out, but I think it's get overwritten by Chrisk immediately if he triggers, because his is just 1 turn and Chrisk is 2, and you always get the most amount on duration on your debuffs and stuff. Astrid, like 40 million, like Inquisitor 100 million. That is really nice. So the point is, you can make a really good team in a Shayak Painkeeper team. So let's go into stats and presets. Let's talk about the presets. We do have those this time. No test server reset, no nothing. So Razorwag, 1 and a 2, really easy. Nothing to talk about right there. On Chrisk, I put in the provoke first because it's more likely that sometimes Painkeeper's gonna reset him and then you kind of don't use the provoke when you kind of need it. So I put that on a 1. Usually I put that on a, like his thingy right there on a 1. But it is how it is. It was more stable like that. Painkeeper only does his reset skill, so every time a reflex proc is gonna happen, it's gonna be into the reset skill, and he will reset those other champions more often. Shayak, we turned that as an opener, and the rest is just on taunt on a 1, and also on a 2 on his block buffs, and his turn meter increase. Astrid is just pretty easy, just you use her like always. And Charmer also really easy, nothing to talk about there. So let's talk about the champions. First, let's talk about Shyek. He's like the man of the... He's like MVP right now. So I do have him in a Guardian set. It is not gonna happen that he's gonna die first or in between. He's more likely to get killed last because he also giving a shield. He's gonna heal himself. He's gonna cleanse himself if something is gonna happen. So in a Guardian set, he can totally get the damage from your other champions. That is no problem. And also we're gonna take a look at the stats because I put him also in resistance. He will be also a mischief tank in our scenario. Chrisk is not gonna be the mischief target all the time, so that's why he needs resistance. But also, yeah, he can get his buff stolen on the end, so the taunt loop will fall apart. So kind of you want Chrisk to be the mischief target and not him. Also, I do have like, yeah, HP and stuff, speed and everything is cool, but wait, give me a sec. There's like a pop-up window in front of it. All right, so I can give you a tip. I used emergency here. It's not the best in the world, but I on purpose skipped that one because I want Chrisk sometimes to be the mischief target. But if you want to make your life a little bit more easy, then you can go ahead and put lightning cage on him, and he will be basically the whole time will be your mischief tank. He's giving him like, I think this was reflect damage and taunt, and also he will put lightning cage on himself, and that lightning cage is never gonna disappear because he does never an attack on the heads. But keep in mind, don't put counterattack, for example, in here. So that, yeah, that you never attack the boss and you will never lose the lightning cage, right? Alright, I think that's everything we have to talk about him. Okay, about the speeds. In my scenario right now, wait, let me put the Hydra battle in there. He is 165. Usually my Painkeeper should go on 330 plus, so let's say 333 or something. And then it's 100% working on the whole time. But since I'm using my Painkeeper, just using A1 the whole time, and he's turn meter boosting himself, I can kind of afford to go higher speeds on him. But if you use your Painkeeper on the A2, you can just go like the double speed. Like, it kind of depends how often you're using the A1 on your Painkeeper to make him go more speedy, to overrun him more often, so he can actually get the taunt loop running. So keep that in mind. What I say is, like, if you want to be sure, for sure, you're gonna go Painkeeper double as fast as Shayak minimum, and then you should be good. But if you know now you're gonna use a whole bunch of A1s, you can go a little bit more speedy on your Shayak if you don't have like speeds without any speed or something. Did I show you everything about him? Yeah, let's talk about Painkeeper. Why not? He's basically the topic of the second, so we're gonna take a look at Painkeeper. He does have a reflex set, so he can get his stuff back, like his reset skill and helping out the other team to do main skills more often. That's super appreciated. But I also would put him in a merciless set, but I actually don't have any merciless. Like, I got one, but yeah, it's how it is. But I would totally recommend reflex and merciless combination. I also got an emergency here, so he can get like, do I have yes, I don't have one of those wings, but keep in mind, if you want to do emergency heal the proper way, I just didn't do it the right way right now. So just use one of those wings, amulets or whatever, to actually give him a shield, so he can lose a shield to gain a heal. That is nice. So those are the masteries. I put him in War Master so he can get heals out of the leech. That is, yeah, he wants some heals on him. We do have a little bit of a heal from Astrid, but War Master is basically healing us all the time. And leech, I recommend to use counterattack. I didn't because I kind of was scared about what if I do too many A1s, but yeah, whatever. If you take like more A1s just by passive means, then it is just a free turn meter boost for you, and that's actually what you want on your Painkeeper. But I just didn't want to go all into it, so I am kind of depending on counterattacks on the end and stuff. So I just tried it without, so I can be safe, and later on just put it on and be 100% safe. That it wasn't just because I did just so many counterattacks and the taunt loop was stable. So now I can easily put it on. So I kind of recommend it also. That's all about Painkeeper. Did I show you the stats? Did I show? Yeah, I think I didn't show you the stats. So speed is 294. And yeah, he is not double as fast as Shayak, but I said, like, he's using a ton of A1s, so he's going basically way faster than this. But you know what I mean, I mentioned it already. I put him in resistance, so he can get not provoked and stuff that could actually break your team, but also you can use kind of a block debuffs kind of scenario on your account on the end, whatever. That is super up to you. And yes, was it everything? Yes, now we got everything. Let's talk about Chrisk. He's like not super, like, yeah, he is kind of super important in my team right now, but by any means, go ahead and build your own team and put a Duchess in there and just revive a couple of times or something, and you should be okay too. Maybe you're missing out on the provoke on the end, but to be honest, guys, if you just one time not getting the provoke out and you kill afterwards or something and they're just standing a little bit longer in there, it is okay. So Chrisk is not needed. We got him in a cursed set. Hex, super appreciated in there. That's kind of what you need. Let's put the hydra thingy in there. So we got resistance, of course, and accuracy, so he can be the mischief target. He will be most of the times the mischief target. Let's say 50-50, but you want the accuracy on him, so we can actually get his defense, decrease attack, and also the resistance, so we resist stuff. Also, he's kind of built tanky, of course, obviously it's Chrisk. We do have cruelty on him, and also here are the masteries, what I decided to put on him. And also, let's go ahead and... Was it everything about him? Yes, I think that was it. Let's go talk about Shayak. He is stacked up on my account. He is a +4, and that's basically the point of the video. What if you go all ham in a Shyek Painkeeper version? Yeah, I'm missing a helmet, but okay, whatever. I checked his stats, to be honest, guys, but yeah, like it's 100% crit rate, 302 crit damage, and kind of speedy. So I thought that is the gear, but yeah, it turned out it isn't. 6000 attack, 240 speed, 302 crit damage, and the rest doesn't matter. He has also cruelty to lower the defense. He's just doing it by passives. I wish I had the 4-star so I can get the crit damage up a little bit. He is an amazing damage dealer also in there. Not the best in the world, but a really good one. Those are the masteries. Giant Slayer to get his pews more often to do some damage. And yeah, the rest is kind of defense, kind of, and yeah, like whatever. The counterattacking stuff is not the best in the world because he's counterattacking most of the time anyway. Yes, that was everything about him. Let's talk about Astrid. She is in a damage set. Those are her speeds and stuff. Like, she is not... Yeah, 292 speed, 281 crit damage. She does have accuracy, but she will also get increased accuracy from the rabbit. So it is most of the time working for me. And also she does have cruelty to lower the defense even further. The masteries are like this. Put War Master on her so she can also heal about the leech and stuff. Counterattack, when you have a Shayak, they are like super important. I think it just makes your damage so much better if you have Shayak and you're gonna, yeah, just attack the blue head more often and just automatically on full auto. It's just a nice little extra you can get for your leader. Was that everything? Yes. And now I think the Razorwag is the last one. I'm gonna check afterwards. No, don't you worry. Maybe I forgot something. But yeah, he is lethal and cruelty. He is, I think, one of my best gear on the account. Like, he does not wear it all the time. But when I do my Hydra, he gets this set. So, yeah. Let's put in the Hydra. And let's go talk about him. We got 8900 attack, 257 speed, and 326 crit damage. And also he has accuracy to land his stuff, but keep in mind, he will actually put increased accuracy on himself before he's probably gonna do the leech. So you don't have to go that high on accuracy, that's no problem. But also, he is a 6-star crushing rent one. You can use your rabbit on a 2-star, it's okay too. The run take a little bit longer till you kill something, your damage will decrease, but it's still a couple of hundred of million on the end for you if you go ham on it. That shouldn't be a problem. And also, yeah, crushing rent right here. He's of course obviously booked. We do have Helm Smasher, a couple of notes in between, of course the counterattacks to get him more running. And yeah, that is basically it. And I think the team is a really cool one. It goes from mid-range, like you can do normal mode if you don't have the means to do a really nice team. and that really helps you out already. You can go and a really nice key on a couple of 100 million for a brutal key, for example. Nightmares also possible to 100%. It is not like out of the world and stuff. Yeah. I'm a YouTuber and I can't afford to do it maybe like 3, 4, 5 resets that go like 40 minutes and then just redo it just for the video. So I kind of went on brutal. It was more nicely for me. And you see, it's 1.5 billion clash points just to have the fusion, and it's always appreciated when the fusion is something better than the average champion pool where you just get your war mother and you're like, yeah, nice. But if they bring a fusion that can be done, they can do something for you on the account, that is super nice. That's why I kind of said that you shouldn't skip him. But yeah, I hope I made it clear that this champion and a Painkeeper can do really good stuff for you if you go for a third team for you, or even a main team. If that is on your main team on the end, it's just helping you out. And I feel always happier when I can just teach you something that you can just put in your game and you are happy too. So I think I talked enough. That will be the end of the video. Like the video, it really helps me out, like for real. It kind of feels like begging all the time, but it is how it is. People are saying you should mention it. Also subscribe if you haven't done already, and yeah. Have a nice day.